Hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, how is it going? Today we are talking about ways that you can lose your notary commission, and I do not want that to happen for you. For those of you who do not know, I am part of the Notary Educators Training Team, where we teach notaries in all 50 states how to have a profitable business and how to notarize your documents. If you don't know how to notarize, you have no business. So we offer the Notarize Like a Pro training courses over at, again, notaryeducatorsllc.com. Well, let's get into today's topic, okay? Ways that you can lose your notary commission. If you notarize without the signer being personally in front of you, you can lose your commission. All states require that the signer be in front of the notary. Now, some states require it differently because there's a such thing as remote online notary. So that means like you and I are looking at each other on the camera, then that's a proper notarization if your state allows remote online notary. So check out my video because everybody is all into, oh, it's the best thing ever. Well, it's a lot going on with remote online notary. You need to know everything. So check out the video because I talk about some of the fees associated with it, some of the training that's required. So it's not as easy as you think. For some people, it's excellent. For others, it's not. But right now, I want you to know that you must have the person personally appear before you. That means physically in the same space. It don't mean by camera, unless you're doing remote, okay? But other than that, the person needs to be in front of you. And the reason that's so important, because we've told so many stories on this channel that people will say, hey, my mother signed it. Can I bring you the paper? No. Or my husband signed it. He and I both have to sign. He already did his part. Now I'm going to bring you the document. No. If two people's name is on there, they both have to appear before you. Now, there are instances where one person can sign here, the other person can sign there. That's called a split signing. That's different than somebody saying, hey, my husband signed it. He's not with me. Can you notarize both of us? That's different. The split signing, they don't have to be in the same room. One could be over there and one could be over there, right? So that's a whole nother video. If you haven't checked out my split signing video, I highly recommend you go back and watch that. Or if you need more training, check us out. So that's the first thing. The person must personally appear before you. If they don't, that is fraudulent. You can lose your commission. Number 2, failing to properly verify the signer's identity. A lot of times people will say, hey, I don't have my ID. It's on my telephone or something like that. No, that is not acceptable. That is not, unless your state specifically says you can accept an ID on the phone, because sometimes it could be fraudulent. They need to properly give you ID. You need to properly identify them. You need to make sure they are who they say they are. Does their face look like the face on the driver's license? Does the age match? Does the height match? The weight can fluctuate, so that's not going to be, well, you lost 5 pounds, so you're not who you say you are. No. Okay? So the signer may have forgotten their ID, for example, and they may say, my boss could identify me, or that person could identify me. If you don't have a physical ID from the state, passport, whatever your state says that you can accept legally as ID, don't do it. Now, you can do something what's called credible witness. That's at the mouth of 2 people. They both say, hey, I know that's John Smith. And you have to identify both of them. And then you got to make sure your state even accepts credible witness. Some states do, some states don't. What is your process for credible witness? That is not what this video is about. The video is about that you could lose your commission if you do not properly identify your client. Okay? So don't go by, oh, well, his neighbor told me that was him and I wrote it in my journal. Did you see that person's ID? No. And I even check the way they sign it against what they sign in my journal. That's just an extra step. You want to do your best due diligence that is that person. If not, you could lose your commission. Okay. Next thing, falsifying information in a notarial certificate and the notary certificate, falsifying documents such as backdating. So, example, I did a whole video, I think, on this too. If not, I talked about it before. But for example, I might do a whole separate video on this again. But just to be clear here right now, Backdating. So the client comes to you today is May 1st, and you put that they came to you April 1st. No, that is called backdating, and you cannot do that. That will help you to lose your commission. Signing companies sometimes will say, hey, well, they actually signed it on this day. Can you make it match? No. Now, if you're making a correction for some reason, you just need to, you did something wrong maybe with the certificate, and you're just going to be like for like, the same for same. Yeah, but to actually pull out something and change this and change that to make it match what they need, no, clients will do that. I had one client, she was buying a property, and some kind of way the date was incorrect when she got down to the county on her end, and she wanted me to make the notary stamp match that date. I can't do that. I cannot change whatever day they sign. If it's May 1st, that's what's going on in that document, May 1st. Anything else is going to be subject to fraud, okay? And that is going to cost you your commission, okay? The last one is giving improper legal advice to a customer. If you're out there providing information to clients legally, that is not your job. That is called unauthorized practice of law. If you're telling them, well, you need a power of attorney, you need a will, you need this, you need that. No, that is not your role. Stay in your lane. It will cost you your commission. It will cost you your commission, because when something goes wrong, the first thing you're going to say is, oh, Kimberly the notary, she told me to do that. Oh no, John the notary, he told me to do that. No. Stay in your lane. That is not your job. We're going to recap the 4 ways that you can lose your notary commission. Number 1, if you are notarizing documents without the signer being in front of you, that is a definite no-go. You can lose your commission. If you are not properly identifying your client and you just willy-nilly, oh, his neighbor said that's him, you can lose your commission. You need to know that person is who they say they are. If you are falsifying information within your notarial certificate, the notary block that's all about you, if you are fraudulently putting information in there, you can lose your commission. And last but not least, if you are giving information improperly and legally advising clients, you can lose your commission. That is not your business, okay? It's not your business to tell clients what to do. They have to choose for themselves, and your role is to identify them, write it in your journal, collect your money. Okay? Well, until next time, guys, this is Notary Life with Kimmi. I hope these tips will help you to better understand how you don't want to lose your commission. It's your money maker. All right. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.